in terms of just every time you've released something, every time you've dropped something, what are the initial thoughts slash feelings that you have when it's actually D-Day, when it's drop day?
Is it good? um, I
Okay.
mean, there's such a pressure on the artist side of things because you create for you, but then you're wanting other people to relate to it. And so it's like, okay, is what I'm about to put out going to relate with people the way I want it to relate to them? Is it going to make sense? Is it going to connect, or is it just me being in my feelings? Is it going to come off as no one's ever felt this way, and I'm like the oddball out and all this stuff? And then if you specifically for me, if you go through every project that I put out, there's extreme growth between all of them. But I am such a perfectionist in the sense of I have music done way before anyone ever knows it. Like this project has been done like on my end for a long
Yeah.
time, but I've held on to it for so long because I'm like, I don't know yet. Like like there's this thing and that thing and so I'm the kind of person that a project's probably done, and you guys probably could have had 8 albums by now, had I actually not overthought so much about what and not really cared so much about what people think about what I'm putting out. Every project I've ever done has always come across right before it comes out. It's like, man, this is people are gonna think this is whack or it's cheesy or, and especially in my 12 years of doing this, I've transitioned with CHH. And so when I started doing it, it was the gospel centric CHH, and now it's more transitioned into more dope music that has Christians doing it, but you don't always hear the message so clear cut. It's not the Jesus 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 type music that you were used to hearing. And so I
Right.
always kind of felt like I was behind. Whatever CHH was doing right now, I would write currently in that season, but because I held on so long to that project, CHH had already moved on and it went to its next thing. And here I am ready to put out what was relevant at the time. And,
Gotcha.
I'm even this way now. You know how I am with TikToks. Like, I always have these ideas with TikToks now. And I've kind of taken this habit into my creative with TikTok. And I'm not so bad with my music any longer. But I have this tendency of like, once I am like dead set, okay, now I'm happy with it, that thing is dead and gone. Like, it's no longer the trend. You're going to put it out, and people are like, yo, why did you do something that happened 6 months ago? Like, and so every project I put out, it was like the first one was really, really gospel, and it was all word and scriptures and things like that. And I had a lot of people. I was like, man, I wish you'd tell your story more, and I wish you'd share your testimony more, and I wish you give me more life. And so then I did Heroes in the Making, and it
Yeah.
was more life. And then the people came back and they're like, man, I wish you would do more gospel, and I wish you would really get back to the scriptures, and you do this, and that starts to weigh on you as a creative and as an artist because these are the
Yeah.
people who are consuming your music. And so then I did World on Fire, and I tried to find like this healthy balance of scripture and life and going back and forth, and I thought I captured it, as best as I could in the season that I was in. But the thing about this project more specifically is that this is the first time I've ever had to do it on my own. And yeah, I've outsourced and had people do the graphic and the mixing and the mastering, but this is the first time that there was no one in studio saying, Cole, that's good, or Cole, that's bad. This is the
Yeah.
first time that I was just creating for Cole. And we'll talk more about it, but like the whole project just walks you through where I was at mentally, where I was at emotionally in some very difficult and tough seasons in my life. And I kind of was able to paint that picture for everybody throughout the songs while still giving you gospel, while still pointing you throughout the songs, hey, this is why I feel the way I feel, but I know what the word says about it, and kind of wrestling, because this is what people do. They emotions come, thoughts come, and it's up to us to use the word to decipher how we handle those emotions and how we handle those thoughts. And so it's kind of a journey of some of the things I felt and went through, and how I dealt with them.